Doom scrolling is natural. Eating junk food is natural. Avoiding hard work is natural. None of it is your fault. Your brain is just wired to crave these things. Now you might be thinking, what the hell did this guy just say? But hang on, I'll explain everything to you. So, in order to understand all this, we need to understand some history of the human brain. You see, a few 100 million years ago, humans were just starting out. We were just a bunch of hairless monkeys in a world where food was scarce, our surroundings were unknown, and calories were everything. But around 10,000 years ago, humans invented farming. They started building tribes, learned to raise animals, and communicate with each other effectively. Because of these things, we somehow managed to build a world where we live today, something that no caveman would have ever imagined even in his wildest dreams. And here comes the problem. It took millions of years for our brains to adapt to a world full of scarcity, but humans managed to flip that world to one which has everything in abundance. Today, we all have access to oily and sugary foods with alarmingly high calories, and social media to stuff random information in our heads. This change from scarcity to abundance was wildly fast. It was so fast that the human brain said, "What the f***?" We didn't give our brains the time to adapt and evolve. Like, see this man, millions of years in scarcity, and in just some 1,000 years, we have everything. Like, what the actual f***, bro? 10,000 years are nothing for evolution. Anyways, because of this rapid shift, our brain couldn't process, and it still thinks that we're living in the wild while we're not. I know you can see cities in modern civilization, but your evolutionary instincts didn't change. Okay, enough yapping. So this is why I say doom scrolling is natural, because it gives you information. Eating junk food is natural because it gives you calories. You avoid work naturally because almost nothing gives results instantly. You have to keep working before seeing any success. Your mind fears the uncertainty of whether the energy you're going to expend would be beneficial or not. Now that we've understood the problem, let's solve it step by step. First off, you need to stop scrolling in order to get to work. So let's see how to do it. For YouTube Shorts, open YouTube and turn off your history. This means that YouTube won't save the videos that you watch and your homepage would look like this. This is great as it completely eliminates any kind of scrolling. You can now treat YouTube as your personal library and take control of what you watch. About Instagram Reels, I can't help you at all. The only way to stop scrolling Reels is to uninstall Instagram, which may be hard if you use it for business purposes too. One thing I can say is that before opening Instagram, make it clear for what you're opening it and don't get distracted by the homepage. Moving further, we need to get to work. But your brain is feeling lazy. To solve this problem, listen to this carefully. Since your brain is doubting the effectiveness of your work, think about the most immediate feeling that you would get after completing the work. For example, right now I'm making this video. It feels very irritating to find all the stock footage and edit this thing, but I'm still working because before starting the work, I imagined what would happen after I finished this video. Views, likes, growth. These things motivated me to keep working on this video even if it's painful. But remember, don't get lost in imagining the outcomes that are too far away. I mean, if you do that, you'll get the dopamine even before you work and you'll lose the drive. Again, taking myself as an example, if I start thinking about monetization, affiliates, making a ton of money, etc., my mind would reward the thinking itself with dopamine without me doing anything. So remember this, only think about the most immediate outcome or feeling. One more important thing to remember is that you have to cut down carbs before work. Yes, you heard that right. I'm not only telling you to cut down junk food, but anything that is loaded with carbs, even if it's homemade. Go for the protein. What happens is that when you load your stomach with carbohydrates, all your blood moves towards your stomach, draining your energy and giving you brain fog. But if you take protein or even balance the carbs with a lot of protein, you'd have a crystal clear mind while working. If you're watching till here, please leave a like. If you don't like the video, please let me know what I'm doing wrong in the comments. Also, for everyone who's watching, comment down your most destructive habit below. It could be anything like scrolling, gaming, or anything. I'm on a mission to build a community of like-minded people and help everyone achieve their goals. Moving ahead, here's the most important thing that you need to take away from this video: momentum. Momentum is that force where once you start doing things, everything becomes easier. It's the same idea from physics. A stationary object needs the biggest push to start moving, but once it's moving, even a tiny push keeps it going. Your productivity works exactly like that. Starting a task is always the hardest part, but once you begin, even with something tiny, your brain goes, "Oh, we're doing this." And suddenly the next step becomes easier, and the next step, and the next. That's why once you get into the flow, you feel unstoppable. But the opposite is also true. If you stop too long or over-plan or keep switching tasks, you break momentum. Then you're stuck at zero again, needing a big push just to start. So how do you build momentum? Start extremely small. Do something so tiny that your brain can't reject it. Study for 2 minutes. Write 1 sentence, do 1 push-up, open the book. And the point isn't to be perfect. The point is to move. Because once you move, you enter the momentum loop. So that's all, but if you think you're working but still not getting anywhere, watch this video.